are back. It is hour number 2. We are laying down the law. I am your host, Steve Foster, along with Rod Chico Tanner, the Lieutenant Governor for the South District of the AAU here in Texas. Co-host Jeff Blake under the weather. He will be calling in hour number 3.
All right.
His Cincinnati Bengals going on the road to Indianapolis versus the Colts here, day number 2 of Wild Card Weekend. However, we're going to jump in without further ado back to that conversation about the Cowboys. And we had Ricky Mitchell when we were talking about the AAU Focus on Youth Sports pick the Lions. And we have a gentleman who most people in Texas know as a Dallas Cowboy, but it was also a Detroit Lion, wide out, standout. And I found him on Twitter too, and I hit him up there before the show as well. Reggie Swinton. Reggie, Happy New Year. Congratulations again. You got us up in Arlington as well, and welcome back to Laying Down the Law.
What's up, Reggie?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Appreciate you. Yeah, we got him again. It was, 4 great games, and we look forward to doing this every year. It's really, really growing, and I appreciate Rob for his hard work and what he does with AAU, and I know Rob certainly feels the same way about what I do here in Arkansas.
Yeah, you're doing some great things in Arkansas, man. That AAU program is doing well, and, I'm just going to say it. It's blowing up in Arkansas, and, we've got definitely from an AAU football perspective, we got some work to do in Texas, but AAU football nationally is doing well, and you're doing great things in Arkansas. So tell me, Reggie, you played for the Cowboys, you played for the Lions. What's your perspective on today's game? And then at the end of this all, you got to tell me who you're going for.
I tell you, man, I'm torn. I don't know who to go for, but the one thing I do know is that the team, who's wearing silver and blue will win. The team that starts with the D will win.
Are you running as a politician? You trying to?
Are you running for Arkansas Senate?
and Dallas Mayor?
That's the one thing I know. I'm still in close contact with both front officers, and both of them sending me gear here. Of course, my youth football team is called the Arkansas Lions, but when I went back to play in Cowboy Stadium the last 2 years, of course, I went by that ranch and picked up some Cowboy gear. So I'm really torn about who I'm going for. But I do think it's going to be a good game as long as the Cowboys have a good running game. And on the flip side of that, Detroit has the number 2 run stop defense in the league. So you got basically the best on the best. And it's going to come down to, I think the fourth quarter, hopefully Romo doesn't become the old Romo, and I hope that Matthew Stafford is a good Matthew Stafford. So I just want to see a good game. The main thing I want is whoever wins this game, I want them to beat Green Bay. That's the main thing I want.
We're talking with Reggie Swinton, former NFL wide receiver, both for the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Reggie, how would you attack if you're an offense like the Cowboys and you have a tremendous running game? How would you get the passing game going to slow down that upfront rush of a team like the Lions who are good against the run?
What I would do is I would open up with the pass because Detroit has a great front four. You're not going to run outside on them. You're not going to go inside on them with Sue in there. So I'll open up with Dez and Terrence Williams to see if I can get my running game going that way. Because, Detroit knows that Dallas has a great running game, and they are geared up to stop that today. And so you got Dez outside. Why not take Dez? It's going to be hard to double Dez knowing that you have a good running back. So Dez should have some good opportunities to catch the ball today, and he got to make the most of it. Then I will come back and hit him with Murray and Whitney.
Well, I think so too, and I think as well. I had mentioned this earlier, Reggie. Use the running backs in the short passing game and get those linebackers moving around, and then take advantage of Witten in the middle and Cole Beasley as well and Gavin Escobar.
Witten is just so money. I mean, Witten was there. My last year in Dallas was Witten's and Romo's first year. And Witten has just been money ever since he's been there. He's not a real physical guy. He doesn't like to be tackled. You see when he gets tackled, he kind of put that stiff arm out there to soften his fall. But he's just a really good tight end, a Hall of Fame tight end. And he's the good I said secure blanket for Tony. But right now, it's get the ball to Dez, down the field, make them back up a little bit, and then hit them with Murray right there up the middle and see what happens.
We're talking with Reggie Swinton, former NFL wide receiver, both with the Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Hey, Reggie, I love the stiff arm. I want people I do not want people in my body, and I know you know Emmett, and Emmett is a master of the stiff arm as well. Anytime you can keep those licks away from the interior of your body,
you save
you
your body.
Save that body.
Hey, Reggie,
ahead.
I think also something you were really good at was special teams. Punt return, kickoff return. I think special teams are going to play a role in this as well. So, what's your take on the special team side of the game?
Here's my thing. Harris this year hasn't been great, and I forget the guy for the Lions hasn't been great. Both of those guys had really good years last year on return games, and I think they both got complacent because this year their return game has just not been there. It may come down to turnovers in that area. It may come down to a field goal here or there, but the return game has been really a mute point for both teams both years, and I don't know why because both guys have really good return ability. He just hadn't been there this year. I don't know whether they're partying too much, not watching enough film, but this is an opportunity where you can make a name for yourself.
There you go.
And you have to take advantage of it. And that's the one thing I did when I played, is I knew I wasn't going to get many snaps at wide receiver because, I was behind Joey Cowboy and Rocket Ishmael. I was sitting behind $11 million total. So I knew I wasn't going to get many snaps at wide receiver, so I made the most of my returns, doing that. And, those guys have to take it more serious.
Absolutely. We're talking with Reggie Swinton, NFL wide receiver, played for the Cowboys, played for the Lions. What do you like in what you know and see about the Matthew Stafford Megatron connection, and now with the emergence of Golden Tate balancing out that wide receiving core for the Lions?
That's the thing. Last year, Megatron himself single-handedly beat Dallas. They kept on trying to single him with, I believe it was Scandrick, and it just didn't work. Now, I'm anxious today to see what kind of game plan they come up with to try and stop him. And now he has a number two receiver to complement him, and which last year he didn't. So one of those guys are going to have a good day as long as the O-line protects Matthew Stafford. Matthew is really coming to his own, but he's got to learn how to win that big game. He's much like the guy with Cincinnati, Dalton. He plays well, but can he win the big game? And that's the thing that Tony has gotten past that part. Now it's can Tony win the Super Bowl? And I feel the same way about Matthew Stafford. Okay, can you win the big game? And I'm telling y'all, I'll be sitting here today not knowing who to root for because I am literally torn between both of these teams.
Reggie, Cowboys get out to Arizona. You going to come out? We're going to be out there, at least some of us. So, you need to come. You need to come through.
Hey, what's funny is the three teams I played for, the Cowboys, Lions, and Cardinals, all of them sucked when I played, and this year all of them in the playoffs.
Well, you definitely growing up the next generation in Arkansas and being
doing
a part.
Fine job.
Yeah, and so maybe it's not you, but it could be that next generation. And there's no shame in what you do to contribute. I found you on Twitter, like I said, at Reggie Swinton, and look to anybody that would like to follow what's going on with Reggie can do that. Yes, Chico?
I got one question, Reggie. I got to shift gears real quick. Who's your pick for the college championship?
Oh, I'm mad, man. I don't know. Alabama made the SEC look real bad. I cannot stand Ohio State. I got to go to Oregon. Oregon got that high-powered offense. And for everybody who said Oregon is not physical, they showed how physical they was the other night when they just beat down, Florida State. So I'm picking Oregon to win by 14 points. It's going to be a good game, but Oregon's going to pull it through. Their QB is just too mobile, and he has a really, really strong arm.
And he's smart.
Game.
Yeah. He's very smart, too. Yeah, very intelligent.
Very smart.
Very intelligent player.
Very smart. Anybody who beats Ohio State, that's my favorite team.
Okay, I know there's Murray State coming out in you now a little bit. I hear you. I got you. Yeah. Understandable. But Reggie, thank you for your time. Appreciate what you do for the service of our youth in Arkansas and around the country, and being able to muster up. And you know what? We want to help because, again, Chico, being a friend and a part of the show, like to grow what y'all have already started in a tremendous atmosphere at AT&T Stadium and get more participation as you go into your third year in 2015.
Well, let me say one more thing. Texas has always been known to be bigger than Arkansas in football and youth football. And we just showed that, our Razorbacks can beat the Longhorns. We just annihilated them the other day. And then Arkansas youth football has come down 2 years in a row and kind of won the thing. So I'm challenging Texas, the youth football coaches, to join AAU so that you all can just quit letting Arkansas beat up on you.
I'm going to have to jump back into the coaching realms just for that, Reggie.
And I appreciate Reggie saying that, because, we have to increase our AAU program. There are other youth football programs.
They're doing tremendously well.
Yeah, but, get on board with what we're doing with AAU. Let's go put something together, and we got to take Arkansas down. That's it. It's over. Let's go.
All right. There it is.
That's it.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Hey, Reggie, we certainly appreciate you. Have a tremendous 2015. You can come through and get with us at any time. Certainly, we're going to pull for Dallas when it comes to the NFL, so you can come out and hang out in Arizona. We'd love to do it, and we certainly appreciate your time this Sunday.
I appreciate you all. Have a good day. Happy New Year.
Okay.
Same to you, bro.
Same to y'all. Okay, we're going to take a sidebar. We're going to catch up with Sal from New York. Got to check in with the Big Apple. They're the one with the ball drop, man. We got to figure out what went on in this past few days here as we step into 2015, laying down the law style right here on ESPN San Antonio.